So if you were to approach the University of Wyoming Extension and call my office and say we need a facilitator, we need to have a retreat, or we need to have a meeting with a facilitator, some of the first questions I start to ask relate to what are some of the hopes that you have. Oftentimes facilitators are called in or requested in when a group just needs to kind of get over a hump or sort of get through maybe a tricky spot or a tricky conversation. And sometimes people have expectations that a facilitator will come in and maybe wave a magic wand and the organization will suddenly function perfectly. And if that's the case, we really need to talk to that board chair or the director to say that this really is, could be maybe a long-term process to getting to this ideal outcome, and a facilitated session might be the beginning of that process. I also need to know some history of the organization. As a facilitator, I'm lucky to have expertise in the right process and helping people get to those outcomes that they want, but I'm not an expert on the content. The board or the group that's coming together, they have all the knowledge on the content, on the issues that they're dealing with. So I need to become just a little bit more familiar with them. I don't want to become an expert. I don't need to become an expert. I need to stay neutral and unbiased, but I need to at least get an understanding of what the organization is dealing with, what are some of the topics that they address. I also want to know if they are dealing with some visioning and where they need to go in the future. What are some of the preferences that people have? Are there some ideas that have been articulated that maybe have been already pursued? I just want to get more comfortable with knowing this group, some of the people that are involved, some of the history of the organization, and then really focus on what are the outcomes that need to be realized. And then as a facilitator, I go back and start to really look at the right process. Not just what are we going to talk about, but how are we going to have those conversations that are going to be the most meaningful and lead to the best outcome for that group.